first talk to us about this sort of DFINITY Foundation and what you're hoping to achieve with it.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me again, Taylor. I think we last spoke in 2018. So finally, the good news is the Internet Computer blockchain launched May this year. It's the first and only true world computer that runs hundreds of thousands of times more efficiently than traditional blockchains, so that you can actually use it to build anything without any use of the cloud. And I'm pleased to say that it's been working very well in production. There are more than 1,000 developers who've started building on the Internet Computer in the last 6 months. And so far it's proven very stable. And indeed, I think, Tuesday this week, AWS had an outage, and a lot of decentralized applications in the blockchain industry went down because they're built mainly on cloud and just interact with the blockchain on the back end. Not a single dApp built on the Internet Computer went down because they run entirely from the Internet Computer blockchain, which is a world computer, and it can even serve web.
Okay, so talk to us, because that outage certainly can make the case for having something run on that blockchain, but you're also talking about an upgrade, if you will, right? What does that achieve that we currently don't have?
Well, actually, the Internet Computer is constantly being upgraded. So one of the differences between the Internet Computer and traditional blockchains is that it's run, governed, managed, configured by a super advanced DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. It's called the Network Nervous System. It has, I think, more than $10 billion total value locked inside, and many thousands of people participate in voting and adopting proposals which get automatically executed. These include proposals that actually upgrade the protocol. And as a consequence of this governance system, this DAO that controls the blockchain and can upgrade all of the node machines that host it, it evolves very rapidly. Recently, there was a very important upgrade that activated functionality that's important for people who want to blend DeFi with their services. So I think earlier on you mentioned the metaverse, for example. So in the metaverse, we're going to see the convergence of a lot of things. First of all, social media is already running on the Internet Computer. There's a chat app called Open Chat, and the smart contracts on the Internet Computer are actually processing chat messages and storing images on the blockchain. That's social media, but that will soon sort of converge with DeFi, and you're going to see things like chat accounts becoming doubling as wallets, and crypto being sent with chat messages, and chat being used to negotiate for assets, and even do more traditional things like notarize and sign documents. So social media blends with DeFi, decentralized finance becomes SocialFi. Games do the same and become GameFi, and you've got play to earn and things like that. And both SocialFi and GameFi will converge in the metaverse. And all of this is possible on the Internet Computer without any cloud, because it's capable of storing and processing vast amounts of data. And in fact, it provides a complete alternative IT stack that's tamper-proof and unstoppable, and of course hosts advanced smart contract software that's capable of processing value and things like identity and code.
I just did a segment on the metaverse in Mars. So Dominic, to think that this can get more complicated, blink and it does. Let's take a step back and talk to us about earlier on in the segment right before you, how you're thinking about the use case of Bitcoin. We've talked about the use case of sort of that underlying blockchain technology and the ledger system, and the cases that you just made out really, I think, make sense for an average user and viewer. What about Bitcoin, though, on the massive volatility that we've seen, especially on days like today when it's not quite an inflation hedge? How does Bitcoin then fold into all of this?
Well, crypto markets are volatile. It's still a very new industry. I certainly wouldn't want to criticize Bitcoin's volatility. We've experienced plenty of it ourselves. But we stay focused on the potential of the technology and working towards growth. I mean, we believe that things like SocialFi and GameFi will bring in billions of users to blockchain. Actually, talking of upgrades, we touched on how the internet computer is constantly evolving. There's a planned upgrade that will be proposed to the governance system coming up, which will actually integrate the internet computer with Bitcoin. And what's going to be very interesting is that, smart contract code on the internet computer will actually get its own Bitcoin addresses. And when it moves Bitcoin around, it'll actually move on the Bitcoin blockchain. So in a way, Bitcoin's going to have, super advanced smart contract technology transplanted onto it. And, internet computer developers are going to benefit from the huge liquidity that the Bitcoin network brings. So I think that's an example of how, different networks can even combine in unexpected ways to generate new value. This space is still super early, and but that's why you're going to see volatility in the markets.
Right.
But it doesn't diminish the just huge potential of the technology involved.